This is Dave McCain with the Right Tree Genealogy, and I'm doing another video on the BigY Block Tree. This particular video, though, is based off of a previous one on the channel, BigY700 Block Tree and Matching Review. This is my July 2022 follow-up, and I'm using my admin ability to review this to give additional data on top of what was viewed back in December. If you would like to watch the video that this is based off of, click the card up here and you can go to that video, and at the end of that one you can come back to this one and see what my follow-up's all about. Or you can continue watching this one if you know about BigY data. So the questions that I'm looking to cover here are, where did I find this SNP? So there's questions asked to me over the last 6 to 7 months that are either on forums or otherwise given to me on, where did you find that, since you couldn't find it or show it to us on the video. Well, this is going to cover where I found that. The second thing I will cover is another question was, well, this is DYZ19 region. I know that. How did you get a SNP called in that area? Well, when you see the data, you should be able to understand why it was made. And then the third item is what was used to validate in manual review. So I'll put myself down in the corner here so we can review these slides together. This is my updated BigY block tree in this section of the FT31442. This is different than what you would have seen back in December. We do have additional tester, and this is as of July 28th, 2022. With this updated block tree, I decided it was time to do this follow-up and use my admin access to the different kits to show you what their data actually is and how it helps support the decision to make my terminal SNP on the haplo tree. So these 8 locations are going to be covered in reverse order. So I'm going to go to the furthest point, the FT227919, and back it up all the way to my terminal SNP. And in addition, I'm going to go up a notch from the FT31442. This is the defining SNP for lineage 1 in the project. Well, the sibling branch to this, I decided to take one of these kits, open it up, and show the data from it as well. The next part of this is going to cover where I found, to answer that first question, is where did you find the location or position of that SNP when it wasn't in FTDNA. To this location, this URL area, and opened it up. And an ISOG browse, typed in my FTA 47557 so I could get the location. Well, that location is 20,281,396. And there's other stuff you can get from this site, but I'm using it for this specific purpose. Yeah, the elephant in the room is that this is a DYZ19 region, but I know based on the data that I'm getting ready to show you that it was able to be manually reviewed and put on the haplo tree. So now let's see the data from each one of those kits. And again, remember, I'm going from the furthest point person in our project down to the actual terminal SNP that I have. Now this is actual data, and this is from that highest level or for that sibling branch to the L196. I go into their private variant area, and I have added what's called BAMS Away. And BAMS Away is an extension you can add in Chrome and in Edge that allows you to look at those locations on your kit even if you don't have the variant. So if you're wanting to look at a private variant that someone else has and you want to see what it looks like on yours, you can use BAMS Away and take a look at that. In this case, I'm taking one that was named but still not showing up to where I can get the location. This person, I went in there, I go in, I type it into this, I click it. So once I clicked that BAMS Away, it added this at the bottom of the page of the one that we looked up, the 2028-1396. Now I click on this, and I'm going to see this particular kit's data for the FTA 47557, but defined as a position. The FT365675. There are 16 high quality reads. There's no other variant listed. It's literally the reference. High quality could be a called region for FTDNA. Well, let's look at the next one. This is the next one down, next step down closer to my terminal SNP, FT227919. Look at it. Again, there's 8 quality, high quality reads here. There's no grayed out. There's no other variant listed, and not any light color or a color that would tell you that there's a low read area. Well, then the next one closest to my terminal SNP, FT27902, has 26 high quality reads and not one other variant listed. No light blues or light green, all reference. FT27427, 13 high quality reads. It's all reference. Let's go to another one. Now this is the latest kit that was added. They don't have a lot of data in that region, but they do have 2 high quality reads in that location, and both those high quality are at reference. Now let's go one more deeper. This is another one. This is almost to the terminal SNP we're looking at. FT27669, 11 high quality reads in the area. Now we get to the most significant one to show here before we get to the final data. This is one of my cousins, second cousins, and he's has 6 high quality reads for the area and 1 low quality read, but all of them are still showing up as the reference. So you go and you saw all that to this point and you go, there's nothing to see, Dave. What's significant at this DYZ19 location? However, it's time for us to take a look at my dad's and my DNA at this location and see what Family Tree DNA had to make a decision on. So now, looking at my father and my data, you'll see that my father's DNA has the derived C at 5 high quality reads and 1 low quality read. Now you cannot see it on the display as you see it on this video, but when you look at it from the actual computer on the data, it shows a very faint C in this low quality region, all derived. Mine did not do as well in the area for the Big Y. However, I had 3 derived C's and 1 reference T. With this said, FTDNA did a Y-HAP backbone along with the manual read when they did this, reviewing additional data. And as admins in the project, we were doing additional research on the project, trying to find more possible areas where different SNPs that would break down our men to a little further if maybe they had low reads for manual review. And this one came up. It just so happened to be mine. And what we ended up finding out was that my father and I are the only 2 people in our database in our project, Lineage 1, that have these derived C versus the T. And not just that, based on FTDNA's statement to us as a project and admins, there's no other 2 people in the entire database of FTDNA as of the last report we had that have this derivative from a T to a C. Gave my father and I this terminal SNP, which is the FTA 47557 in the DYZ19 zone. Now that is how we ended up getting here. It's always great to be in a project. The admin and the main admin, I'm a co-admin for this project. We worked together and a decision was this location along with several other ones we were reviewing to try to see if there was actually additional testing need to be done or additional review being done by FTDNA. They did this one along with the other ones, and they added several new haplotree branches based on us as a project. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider subscribing right here. The original video that this is based off of or follow up on is right here, and this is the playlist for FTDNA. Give me a like and let's continue learning together.